Welcome back to White Gaming for some more on Nightingale. Now, we haven't been covering it for a couple of days because Sons of the Forest has been out, and we will be back with Sons of the Forest content as well. We're going to be covering Nightingale and Sons of the Forest over the next few days, but today's video is about something that the community have massively requested, and that is an offline mode. Now, the game released 3 days ago at the time of recording this video, on the 20th of February, and it received a swathe of bad reviews because the game has an online-only mode. And for a single-player survival game, I understand why people were pretty much pissed off about the fact that you couldn't play it offline, and there was obviously server stability issues and server connection issues. Now the game is creeping back up on percentage-wise, and it is currently sitting at 57% positive out of the 5,341 reviews, which is good. It was sitting at 51% on the day of release because mainly of that issue. I've seen a lot of comments basically criticising the fact that it was an online-only game, which is varied. There's also a lot of valid criticisms about certain things, which can agree with. But the game overall, I think, is absolutely outstanding. I've really enjoyed it so far, and now that they will be continuing with an offline mode, that is good news. Now, before we continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stick around for much more survival content. We'll be covering Nightingale in full with tips, tricks, guides, and all of that good stuff, as well as loads of other survival games. If there's any survival games you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments below. The team released this on Thursday, which is great news. We have an update on offline mode, which will be coming soon during early access. Now, the full statement is interesting and says a lot of great things about the future of Nightingale. First off, they do want to stress that they are still working on other things such as quality of life, new content, bug fixes, and other work that will continue uninterrupted, and they'll have more news to share on that in the coming days. Now, their full statement is as follows. Hey Realmwalkers, we've seen a lot of discussion in recent days around our decision to make Nightingale online only. At our early access release, we understand this can be frustrating for a number of reasons. Our vision for the game since inception was to create an interconnected series of realms with the idea of allowing for cooperative exploration in mind, a universe bigger than a single realm or server. This meant we made a choice early in development between supporting co-op from day one or focusing development on an offline mode. Co-op gameplay associated with having party members across multiple realms was the more technically challenging problem, and therefore one we chose to tackle first. Looking back on that decision, we misjudged what some of you were looking for in your experience. We are now prioritizing and developing an offline mode that we plan to release as soon as feasible. Keep an eye on our social channels and our Discord for updates in the coming weeks, alongside other things we're working on. Thank you to everyone who has stepped into the realms of us so far. The journey has just begun, and we look forward to sharing it with you all, the Inflection team. Now that, great news and completely understandable. I like that they've addressed it and they are working on what the community wants. Being an early access title, community feedback is vital to the development of the game, and the fact that the developers are going to listen to what the community wants is also vital. If they're not listening to the community and not taking action on what the community want, the game will not last very long. But hopefully these guys do take great advice from the community and But from my experience, as some of you may know, I have been testing the game with the team for almost 2 years now, and it has been a great experience, and they really have listened to many of the players' feedback and worked on that to create a better game. Now, I'm glad that they are going to add an offline mode. I myself haven't had any issues with the fact that it is online. I am in the UK, so maybe that's a server-related thing. But I have seen a lot of people that aren't in the UK across various places all over the world, and they are having connectivity issues, they're having major lag issues, which, doesn't make an enjoyable experience. So I'm glad that they are working that out, and that they are pushing forward on an offline mode as soon as possible. So, we are going to wrap that one up there. It's just a short video for today, but hopefully you've all enjoyed and you are looking forward to the offline mode. What is it that you'd like to see from Nightingale? Let me know in the comments down below. For now, though, we're going to wrap that up. I'm Wyatt, you're awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.